right car for this one, or you could get really caught out because a car with a high ride height can just power through all of this water. All the water is drivable in all of the cars. There's no bits where you'll get completely blocked or reset.
So me trying to go through with like a little three-wheeler ain't going to get me stuck or anything.
that is exactly right, Charlie. You want to have nice high ride height, and you be able to plow straight through all this and beat everybody in Eliminator.
Perfect. That's the dream. So I have to ask then, why did you choose the biome? Is there any specific reasons why you wanted to either include swamp or maybe even show it off first today?
It was, as Mike said, it's something we've never shown before, and we really wanted to celebrate something that is a first, and we think it looks fairly good. It's got all those really rich blue sort of streams and rivers that go through it, and all the smashable, as Andy just drove into some of them, mangrove roots as well. But as I said, it does connect our tropical coast into the jungle. So if you are coming off of that, you'll have to career your way through all of these winding little rivers or roads to get onto that as well.
Yeah, we saw a little bit there as Andy drove through it, and we will see it again in just a second. I think the water in here is just so beautiful. The colour of it is just feels so tropical and gorgeous.
We noticed when we looked at lots of reference, there are obviously tons of different colours of water as you get different sediment, and this being a Horizon game, we really wanted to celebrate the beauty, so and make it feel like a swamp you really want to go to.
I've always wanted to go to a swamp, and I was wondering if there's an ogre in this one, but if not, I suppose it'd be fine. Is there anything else around in the swamp that players can expect?
Yes, we've got little settlements. There's little rural farmlands sort of connecting it up, to break up some of that water. So there's lots of interest. I think there's even some wild dogs floating around, or not floating, running around. But yeah, I think we're actually going to start driving into the jungle now as well.
Oh, perfect. So we're going to connect straight into the next biome, are we?
Yes. Yeah. So, I think Andy's found a dog he wants to harass.
Is it floating?
leave him alone, Andy. Don't be mean to the dog.
So one of the cool things about the jungle is that it's all over the map. We've actually got different types of atmosphere, and the way the fog behaves, I guess, because the jungle's really humid. It's there's lots of foliage. You get all those really cool light, like God rays coming through, shafts of light come through. So as you go down to this biome, it's almost completely different to another area of the world, even though it could be the same time of day, because the atmosphere is so much more dense and humid. And it makes for these really cool gameplay moments of, punching through to this really mysterious bit of the game, and then straight out into a farmlandy bit. So it's a moment of calm as you drive through, and then back into the cool jungle bit as well.
Yeah, and in some areas of the jungle, just the absolute density of all that foliage, it really starts to feel almost claustrophobic and enclosed.
It's a bit muggy, doesn't it?
Bushes around. Yeah, I think when Don mentioned earlier that you should bring your bug spray, I think this is what he was thinking of.
I have to ask, was there any particular forestry or jungle in Mexico that inspired the basis of the one in Forza Horizon 5?
This is a really good question, actually. So with every place, we look at an absolute ton of reference. We really try to be as honest and recreate it as well as we can. And there's only so many things you can fit, or the time you've got to fit it in the game. So we try to really capture the nuances of what really does make this thing feel like it is in real life. And we did that with the jungle, and we were kind of it looks okay. What's missing? And one of the teams said, hey, have you watched Predator? The classic Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, because that was actually filmed in a jungle in Mexico. So we watched it and realised, hey, there's this bush that's everywhere. So one of the plants that you can see in the game, we've aptly named the Predator bush. Then we put it in, and we went, oh yeah, it looks kind of cool now.
I love that. Wonderful. I will interject here and say we're driving through a temple now.
Yes, Andy has discovered something. While we were still talking about Predator Bush, Andy has snuck ahead and headed into Ekbalam, which is this incredible temple site, which is based on the real-life location of Ekbalam, which looks kind of like this. It is just this ancient temple site just jutting out of the Mexican jungle. It's just so full of mystery and intrigue and history and culture. Yes, it's an incredible place to go and explore.
It really is just so cool being able to come out of the thick jungle and just see all these amazing temples. We've got a few scattered around. We won't touch them just yet. We'll surprise you with some more later on.
It does allow you to get really up close to those ancient architecture though, and really soak it up and really feel like you're really there. Really a nice bit of virtual tourism. And
the team did a really good job at sort of recreating all those materials and stone work that went into all those temples that are, they're really old. So they've done a really good job at making something
really old.
In a game look old.
They are old. Yeah. I love what you can see here as well. Just the ground surface, just the level of detail in just kind of the muddy surface there with all the bits of twigs and leaves and stuff. Just looks real.
It really does. I mean, chat, you speak for yourself a little bit, but we will be taking more questions in the Q&A later. But I, for one, will speak on behalf of all of you and say, wow, this does look absolutely incredible. Even looking here, like the fog in the distance, it just looks so like tangible and visceral, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, hats off to our incredible lighting team for really nailing that humid look. And as we were talking earlier, the god rays as you go through, it's just so glorious going through little tree tunnels and then just hit with shafts of light. It's really immersive.
Should we go and look at something else?
Let's duck away.
Let's move on. Let's
through the magic of the Series X, we will quickly teleport.
What are we going to be going to next? What are we going to be quick resuming and speed loading into now?
We are going to the Gran Caldera volcano. This is the largest geological feature we've ever done in a Horizon game, and it comes with some great features of you can see everything from the volcano. You can look at the whole map. When we get to the top, we'll have a look. It features the 2 largest switchbacks we've ever done as well. So the one we're on now, and Andy's about to do a drift zone. Good luck. Is the asphalt one, and on the other side is the dirt one.
Yeah, the dirt route especially, it gives us one of the most amazing downhill rally trails we've ever had. It's amazing.
You can probably glimpse it when it catches the sunlight, but just how much more detail we put into the road this time round. There's lots of cracks. As you actually get to the top of the volcano, the road actually deteriorates quite a bit. It turns to a cobblestone road right at the top because, we've actually found that in reference as well that, maybe they didn't want to tarmac all the way. So we tried to recreate that. But yeah, there's all these potholes and everything. It just makes for such an interesting drive because there's a lot of switchback.
And what sort of gameplay are players going to get up on the volcano? I mean, throughout the seasons as well. Are seasons going to affect what we see up there?
That is a perfectly timed question, Charlie. So if we just take a look at if we take a look at that rock face in front of us and we hold that in your mind, and then if we
dip
the feed ever so slightly so that we can do a little bit of magic.
And through the magic of time, we have skipped forward a couple of weeks.
Yeah, two weeks have actually passed.
We have gone from summer to winter. As we've mentioned before, we've got localized weather this time round. So if it's raining on the volcano and you drive all the way up, it'll actually turn to snow, which is really fun actually, because again, it really adds to that immersion of making you feel like you're really there.
Yeah. As we see as we come up here as well, the snow just gets a little bit deeper, a little bit heavier as you come up the side of the volcano. It's as you say, it's a really great seasonal experience, and it's one where you just get a different experience each season as you come and revisit these same biomes.
Yeah, just constantly keep changing the gameplay up as you go through it. It's quite cool how much this one biome, the volcano itself, changes over one season as well.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty significant biome in the sense that, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm probably fishing, but it's a biome that's going to be visible from almost all areas of the map as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll have a look in one of the races, which is actually it's quite far actually from the volcano, but yeah, you can always see it looming in the background.
It's actually a really great feature for an open world game like this to just help orientate yourself when you're just basically wherever you are on the map. You can kind of spin the camera and go, volcano, and you can kind of work out where you are and get your bearings using it as a orientation.
Also just helps you if you're just unsure of maybe what season am I in, just look at the volcano and the amount of snow will tell you.
Back up there. I also love that Andy is fully doing my style of driving now, which is I need to go left, so I'm just going to go through whatever I need to do to go left.
And yeah, this is the caldera of the volcano, which is in other seasons a tiny little pool of water, which is quite cool to slide around or splash through, and then when winter it freezes over, as you'd expect. Should we duck away again and change season?
Yeah. Speaking of other seasons, should we do that?
Yeah.
Again?
Let's have a look at spring.
Oh, okay. We're going to spring. What's special about spring then? How come we're up in there?
For the sake of time, let's go to summer. Let's go to summer.
Summer, my apologies.
So spring is as good as summer. It's just there's a bit more snow. But yeah. Yeah,
that particular magic spell wasn't immediately to hand.
Yeah. Again, this has got all the rocks we see here are all captured via photogrammetry. As is a lot of the plant work. Oh, there's all this awesome marram grass that was all, hundreds of thousands of photos were taken to try and accurately represent that. In fact, so are the textures. Also, all the surface you drive on has been pretty much recreated from photos of the exact place.
Yeah. There's a cool little volcano research center over here as well that you will have,
to visit. What that was actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to visit there and do some research at one point in the game.
You do. There's a rather impressive satellite on the other side. We're not going to go round to because it is a developer build, and I'm terrified.
It was purple recently.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to be purple.
It was purple. Should we jump off the side of the volcano, Andy?
This sounds like the first thing I think many people in chat would like to do. I mean, many of them have been asking if you can drive through some of the billboards, but maybe we'll save that for another time, folks. Let's hurl ourselves off a volcano instead.
Yeah.
Andy. So, as Connor said, the views from up here are absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
You can't see the whole map in one frame because the volcano is kind of in the middle of the map, but as you drive around it, you can see just all around you. It's just like this. Yeah. Looks incredible.
What?
And now we're going to cruelly steal away.
Oh, stop it. That's just cruel. That looked absolutely incredible. And all of these biomes we're going to start talking about from today onwards. But starting tomorrow, you'll be seeing for coverage for all of the biomes on the Forza social channels. So if you are not already, please go follow Forza Horizon Official on Instagram to follow along and keep up with all the latest Forza Horizon 5 news, announcements, and more. But now, because I know chat is already very angry we've cut away from gameplay, let's cut back to some more, but this time it's race gameplay, which is the big leagues, isn't it, boys?
That's right. It's incredible, really. Given this is the fourth Let's Go show, there's been a couple of Forza monthlies. We did E3. It's a Forza game, and we've yet to show any race people have been clamoring for. So let's take a look.
So no pressure, Andy.
So what race are we looking at here? What details can you share today?
So this is the Emerald Circuit. It's a road race and an asphalt race. It's really cool, and we've picked it because it straddles two of our biomes. So right now we are in the living desert, where you see all these awesome cactuses and rocky formations. And then as we come around this next corner, we kind of cross over into another biome, which is the rocky coast. Do you want to talk about that? Yeah,
so the rocky coast, we actually caught a little snippet of that at the very beginning of the trailer. That awesome rock art that we have, we've taken from Kavos and Lucas.
It's ours now.
It's ours. So there's a ton more of that coast to go and explore, and there's also all these amazing luxurious resorts because we wanted to give the game another holiday destination. And there's golf courses. There's all these nice luxury chalets to go and explore and totally trash the gardens.
Make a nuisance of yourself. And we did see just a second ago as well that volcano you mentioned as well was looming in the distance.
Yeah, I guess that gives you a sense of scale about where we are on the map versus that and how far away. Obviously, it took us quite a while to drive up the volcano, and we started from halfway up. So that might give you a sense of scale of how big the world is.
So what else is going on around this part of the map then? What else are we looking at?
Yeah, so one this side, the rocky coast, is pretty much we've got two coasts. We've got the tropical coast on the east and the rocky coast on the west, and it's actually amazing how different they can look. So they've got different types. They've even got different types of palm trees. They've got lots of different types of foliage. The water's even different. So on the tropical coast you get all the more emeraldy, white sandier beaches, and on the rockier coast the water's a little bit more turbulent. It's a different sea. It's a different colour. The beaches are slightly different, and as the name implies, there's all this great geology to go and drive around and race around in.
That's a cheeky little corner there. Are we going to see Andy win this, by the way?
He is well practiced, so I think he is in with a shot.
Yeah.
Keen-eyed viewers may have noticed as you went through the start gantry, it says Horizon Apex on the gantry there. That Horizon Apex is one of the festivals that you can open as you're playing through the campaign, and it's a festival that's all about road racing, asphalt racing, high-performance cars on really nice tarmac like this. So, and that's just